to me, doing a whole show again for 3 months, 20 episodes is too daunting for me. I'm kind of like, that's why I developed this podcast with Avery. It was very exciting to me because I could be in touch with my fans and be totally unfiltered, not edited. But now just to go on a fabulous trip for 1 week, that's like the perfect thing. It's fabulous. I thought it was a brilliant idea.
Welcome back to Housewives Nightcap. We are super excited to, I think this is our first mother-daughter duo joining us this week, Ramona and Avery. Welcome to Housewives Nightcap.
Well, thank you for inviting us. I love being the first of something.
Well, we want to start things off by doing a little mother-daughter confessionals to kind of get the ball rolling with this interview. So first things first, Avery, we need to know, what is your favorite classic Ramona quote? Because she has a lot, but we need to know your favorite.
Ooh, that's tough. There's so many. I would say, obviously, favorite is, come on, girls, it's turtle time, because we have our podcast, Turtle Time with Ramona and Avery. And then, obviously, the other one would be anything ageless. But then, Mom, what's the thing where it's like a fine wine, I get better in time, ageless,
right. Like a fine wine, I just get better in time. Like a fine wine, I just get better in time.
You said to Bethany, do you remember that? We're just like oil and vinegar.
Oil and vinegar do not mix. You put oil and vinegar together, you have to shake it. And when you let it go, it just separates. So, I'm always cooking and making salads. So that came to my mind.
So many good moments. Okay, next one. Best advice you ever gave Avery, Ramona?
Be independent. Be financially independent. Make your own career. And look at that. And she started BachBoss. She's following in my footsteps, creating her own company. So there you go. Entrepreneurial, my girl.
Avery, what is a habit that you wish your mom would kick?
Oh, gosh. Go ahead. Be honest. I know.
I mean, I would just say, it's like it's the blessing and the curse of the diary of the mouth. Sometimes she just doesn't really fully think, and she says something and then she's like, wait, no, that's silly. Or she'll ask me a question.
I'm unfiltered. That's what makes me good TV. But I have to try to, check myself before I
think it's wreck yourself, right?
Yeah. Okay, last one, and both of you guys can answer this. Best dating advice. What do you guys share dating advice with each other?
Well, I always tell Avery, take your time before you sleep with someone. She's like, Mom, leave me alone.
Yeah, I just try to help her a little bit with texting, because she's not the very best texter.
She doesn't break up text for me.
Okay, but does Ramona hang back too much? Or I could see her doing either, being the one that's like, oh, he has to text me, or does she text too much, in the uncool way?
She's a very short texter and doesn't fully know how to she speaks into Siri for everything, even when it's a sentence, and she doesn't even need it, and then doesn't proofread. So nothing makes sense when you get a text from her.
Wait, Ramona, did you say that Avery has written a breakup text for you? Is that what I heard?
Yeah. I think we talk about this on our podcast that breaks on Wednesday. Yeah. Dating then and now. Yeah.
Ramona, we saw the news yesterday. We are so excited.
Very, very exciting.
Have you guys shot yet? Are you shooting soon? What can you tell us?
We're going to shoot in St. Bart's. We're going to revisit where we had that famous pirate scene where Luann got busted with a pirate. You don't know quite what happened, but use your imagination. Yeah. So we're all going to go, and it's going to be great. It probably won't air till next year, but it's going to be fabulous. I mean, to me, doing a whole show again for 3 months, 20 episodes is too daunting for me. I'm kind of like, that's why I developed this podcast with Avery. It was very exciting to me because I could be in touch with my fans and be totally unfiltered, not edited. But now just to go on a fabulous trip for 1 week, that's like the perfect thing. It's fabulous. I thought it was a brilliant idea that Bravo had.
Such a good idea. Because last time we talked a couple months ago, you were telling us, no, this is
loser legacy.
Yeah, you called it a loser legacy.
You know what? That was unfiltered, and I spoke without thinking. Nothing Bravo does is a loser. So
Ramona, it's why we love you. You love Bravo.
I love Bravo. Bravo's been very good to me, and this is a brilliant idea. It's a brilliant to go on a great, because you know what? Our best ratings were when we went on those trips to Morocco or to St. Thomas, wherever we went, and so this is going to be great. It's going to be fabulous. I think the fans are no, they are. I mean, there's so much excitement over it yesterday, and it was just so nice, just being back there with everybody at Bravo and NBC, and yeah.
And we
I
saw
met Ariana.
I was about that's what I was
we
about
saw
to say.
that.
We saw the photo of her like dying over it.
Yeah, I'm so proud of her. I said my last, say, listen, you're a strong role model. You show women that you can go through something really difficult, but you come up looking stronger and better than ever. And she's stronger and better than ever. And I'm really proud of her.
We also saw the photo of the new Ultimate Girls cast, and then the new reboot.
Yes.
You excited for that? Did you give them any advice or anything?
Well, it's bittersweet because it's like, wait, that was us, but it's okay. It's okay. I met Uba. She's a really tall, beautiful woman. I've met her socially, and I adore her. I think she's very warm and personable. I met another one of the girls. I think her Instagram is Scout in the City. I met her
Sai.
Yeah. So I met her. So we didn't really get to chat with them, but we did take a photo with them. And listen, I wish them the best of luck. I wish everyone luck with whatever they do. I mean, you only want to give good karma out to people, positive.
Yes. All about that. I do want to know though, with the cast going to St. Bart's, are you happy with the cast? Because I know Jill Zarin was in talks for Legacy, and now she's not here anymore. Like, she's not involved.
And people are saying Kristen was like a rogue choice.
You know what? First of all, I mean, I'm just so excited that it's for sure me, Luann, and Dorinda, because we're now signed with Live Nation and we're doing tours all over the country. And we now have this great bond because of that. We've already did 4 road shows. In fact, Avery saw us in Chicago and she was like amazed by, how well we did and just how the fans view us. And she said, did you practice what to say? Oh, no, we just do this like off the cuff. That's why we're so good on TV. So the 3 of us are like the 3 musketeers. Sonia, of course, is always hysterical on a trip. So she's great. And then, I mean, Kelly, I know Kelly socially, and I think it's going to be fun. 6 of us, and it'll be great. It's going to be great TV. I can't wait to film. And I can't believe I'm saying that.
I think it's going to be probably the best girls trip that we've seen.
Oh, it's going to be the best.
Yeah,
absolutely.
The best.
I think so too.
Avery, are you excited that your mom is going on this trip? Or
are you nervous?
Or are you nervous? You're like, hey, Mom, I thought you were giving up reality TV for a little bit.
That's like, it's gonna be funny. So they go, wait, this is the funniest thing. So they had someone filming there to do like quips later, I guess, on social media for NBC Bravo. They go, who's going to be the most fun person? And they all go, Ramona. And of course I go, me. They go, who will want the best room? And they all go, Ramona. I go, I'm taking the worst room this time.
It's a new Ramona. That is so funny.
Yeah, I'm excited. We kind of talked through it, like pros and cons. And I think that it's a great, like, hurrah moment of everyone coming together. And it's just supposed to be fun, of course, some drama, but my mom is able to, like, in some regard, take the back seat and like not have to just randomly stir the pot or drop fires and walk away, because like she can just, as Luann says, because she can just fully be her and just kind of be able to, like, if this is her last time or not. I think that it's exciting that they're doing this new reboot, but unfortunately, like, the way that Real Housewives of New York City ended with the original cast, like, isn't on the best note.
Right.
So I think it's going to be like a much better high and remembering of everyone and like just kind of coming all together.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fabulous. We are all so excited. We already have a group chat going on, so it's exciting.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, let's talk about your podcast, because fans are loving, like,
the banter is amazing.
The banter is so good.
Yeah.
So good. So tell us about your podcast. What made you guys decide, yes, this is the right time to do a little mother-daughter turtle time action?
Well, Avery, it was all Avery's idea. So go ahead, Avery, take it away.
Yeah, so I had the idea mid last year. Was thinking about we should do something, but something that, we both could enjoy together, but then also help people and share advice. And there's really not that many mother-daughter podcasts out there. And I felt like there's a lot of podcasts that are just interviewing other people or just not really like fun to listen to in some ways. And so I like made a little pitch deck and was like, Mom, I'm pitching this concept, Turtle Time. I'm going to reach out to a bunch of companies.
Pitch deck. Unbelievable pitch deck.
Yeah.
People actually came back and said, we never even got things
They've
like
never seen a pitch deck for a podcast. Like, I don't know. It's just like
Wow,
it's
that's
ingrained.
surprising.
Avery's a pro. She's a pro.
She's a pro.
Yeah. So pitched, and we're with Podcast One. We drop every Wednesday. Our newest episode, we're talking about dating, and it's important to remember, like when my mom was dating, there was no cell phone. There was hardly like much technology to be working with.
No answering machines.
Yeah, like
I don't know how many
ghosting,
found us then.
thing, dating apps, all of this stuff. So it's very interesting to just like compare like and contrast the way that like she was dating her generation versus ours and just in general.
It was so different back then. I always think about this, like, you know, when I'm talking to my mom, we're talking about navigating, you know, the dating world, and her advice is always like, she's trying so hard, but I'm like, Mom, it's so different now, you know? And
right. And I give my insight about my currently dating, because now, you know, I've been dating the past 6-7 years. A lot of these things, like I don't like texting. I like when a guy calls me, and I kind of say, you have to teach someone what you like in the beginning. So I always say, when a guy finally calls me, I go, wow, I just love when you call me. Wow. So they call me the next day. They go, well, I'm calling you because you said you like. I go, yes, I love it. I love it. Keep the calls coming.
Avery, do you vet the guys? Like, does your mom say, I'm going on a date with this guy? And you kind of give your stamp of approval?
Yeah, I think that my mom is very open-minded in some ways, and like we like a similar type of person. And so sometimes she'll like ask me like, what do you think about this one? What do you think about that one? And I'll just be like, I don't know, Mom, like, is this really worth your time? Like I always say, like, our time is really valuable. We're very busy people.
Which leads us to Avery's BachBoss. So tell us a little bit about BachBoss and why you decided to start it. How can people, you know, get involved in it?
Yeah. So BachBoss is the company that I co-founded with my best friend, Jolie. It is for bespoke, custom bachelor, bachelorette events. Most of these bachelor parties now are like 3-day long weekends, like 70% now are 3 days long. They're going to Nashville, Tulum, Austin, you know, 10 to 15 plus people. It's like herding sheep, trying to get like an Airbnb, flights, reservations. Not everyone knows what's going on. The concept came to be when we were planning our best friend's bachelorette party as co-maid of honors. We were like, wow, we're really good at this. Like, we love doing this. We're so efficient. Joking, like maybe we should make this a business because there's not that much competition out there. And then we kind of rolled with it, and we launched in January. It's a couple months later now. We've already had like 2 major launch parties. We just brought on 2 interns. We're doing like Dylan Barber's bachelor party with like Tyler Cameron will be there. We were on Watch What Happens Live. We just got to 15,000 followers today on Instagram at BachBoss _. So yeah, things are going really fast.
Yeah, Ramona, you must be so proud, right?
Beyond proud, beyond. I mean, once she had this idea, she got the website done like that. I'm like shocked. I mean, I opened up my own business when I was a little older than her, and it didn't happen that fast, that quick. I mean, it's like amazing. I'm really proud of her.
Okay, Emily, we're just going to keep the party going this week because there is so much going on in the Bravoverse. So we have the experts of all experts with us. Emily, tell them who it is.
We are so excited to welcome Zach Peter from No Filter with Zach Peter. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, Zach, we have so much to talk about, but because we just talked to Ramona, we want to know your thoughts on the RHONY Legacy that now is an Ultimate Girls Trip. Tell us what your thoughts are.
Okay, this is what I thought it should have always been from the beginning. It's like a vacation with some of the top OGs. I don't know if Kristen Takeman is the top OG, but with the top OGs, you know, like the housewives that we really love that need to come together just to tie a nice bow on RHONY, right? Because we know that RHONY that was is dead, and RHONY that's coming is a whole new era. And so I always felt like we just needed to either put them in a location that was iconic to the series or send them on a trip, whether it was Scary Island, Morocco, Cartagena, Obviously, they decided on St. Bart's with the pirate, and hopefully we bring a pirate in. But I always felt like this was what we needed. We did not need a 22 season show with just some of the old veterans. I think Ramona was right when she called it the Loser Legacy show. And now we've corrected Loser Legacy and we've given them an Ultimate Girls Trip for the ultimate girls trip of all 5 seasons. Like, this is the real trip that we need. And I think this is smart for the brand of Ultimate Girls Trip because it kind of gives it a breath of fresh air.
Oh my gosh, I love this
And
take.
all around.
I
And
couldn't
we
agree
needed
more
Ramona.
with you.
We needed Ramona. We couldn't have done any Legacy without Ramona. If we weren't going to have Bethany, we needed Ramona.
1,000%. I couldn't, yeah, like Emily just said, I agree completely with you. I'm
Do
excited.
you believe that there were a lot of people were saying like there were negotiation issues with Legacy and that's why it didn't happen? Or do you think that Bravo just realized it wouldn't sustain?
Both. I think the money that the ladies were asking for was probably a little too high for what they really realistically thought this show was going to be able to go for. And I never thought that this needed to be a multi-season show or even more than like 6 or 7 episodes. Like what this show needs to be, if it's going to be RHONY Legacy, then leave us on a high note and let us remember what their legacy is, you know? And that's taking us back to what made RHONY so great. And this is the perfect way to just kind of tie a nice little ribbon on it and introduce the new era of RHONY, and then we'll see what comes of Housewives moving forward.
I couldn't agree more. You are such an expert on this
He
stuff.
is such an expert.
So moving on to Vanderpump.
Wait, but I want, okay, before we move on, sorry.
Okay.
I want your thoughts on now the new RHONY. We just saw the trailer. We know who the ladies are. We're seeing we saw the drama and it looks like there is going to be a lot of drama. What's your thoughts on RHONY reboot?
It feels like an entirely new show. So I don't love that it's called RHONY season 14 because it doesn't feel like, it feels like it's a whole new, it's like a Real Girlfriends in Paris style show that's set in New York. Even like the vibe of it, the energy, whereas it's like RHONY was very much like the fabric of these Upper East Side women that are a little snooty with their nose up in the air that, you know, kind of compete with each other at all of these social events, and they're trying to get a photo in Page 6, but they have these complicated histories. Whereas I feel like this show, it's a group of young women in New York that doesn't feel housewives, but it feels, again, like Real Girlfriends in Paris, just set in New York. It looks exciting. It looks more exciting than I was expecting, because at first I was like, I don't want to get to know 6, 7, 8 new women and like invest in them emotionally. I think that's why some of the younger franchises like Salt Lake City, like Dubai, they haven't performed as strong, is because as Housewives viewers, we love, you know, these women because we've gone on journeys with them. We've seen them get cheated on. We've seen them go through divorce. We've seen them go to prison. And so we have this connection to them and an emotional investment in them that these newer shows, they need to find something that's going to hook us. And so this definitely looks exciting. I know everyone's excited about Jenna Lyons. To me, she just didn't seem like she really brought it in the trailer. So I'm hoping she brings it in the show, but it definitely seems like these women are giving us a good, young, fresh New York.
Vanderpump finale Wednesday night. Then we have a 3-part reunion. What do you hope we see? What do you hope goes down?
I mean, listen, there's a lot that we know went down that, like, I mean, I know we're getting an extended episode for the finale, but I'm hoping that like we get to see, like, obviously there was the clip that has been released that shows Ariana telling Katie and Sheena how she found out, and it was the FaceTime, and it was at Schwartz's house, and that was like, oh, my pearls. But I want to see the confrontation. I really want to see how they're going to mix Kristen Doty into this, because they hyped her up so big in that teaser, but like, she only filmed a couple of scenes and the episode's only in 1 hour. Like, we have to see Ariana and Lisa. We have to see Sheena confront Tom Sandoval. We have to see Tom and Raquel. Like, there are so many things that we're going to have to cram into this one supersized episode that I'm hoping we don't get a lot of like pushing through the scenes and we actually like get to the meat and see Ariana rage on Tom. And I want to know, like, are they together? Are they not together? Like, I have questions.
All things that I hope happens too, but you have to tell us because you are having a live show with Lala in June. Lala is giving so much this season, and I think in the reunion she's giving so much. So tell us about this live show and how we go and get tickets and all that.
Yes. So I did a live show at the Bourbon Room in Hollywood last year, actually, with Tom Sandoval, with Tom Schwartz, with Sheena, Brock, and Ariana was there as well. So it's crazy that like that was a year ago, and now I'm going back to the Bourbon Room amid this entire scandal. So Lala is the special guest that we've announced, but I will say there are a lot of other very special guests that I think people are going to be really excited for. That I think I'm going to keep a couple of them a secret. But I will say it's going to be a good show. We have a lot of special guests that are going to be in it. We're going to be spilling a lot of tea, and Lala and I are going to have a full, unfiltered conversation, taping it for the podcast. It's going to be held at the Bourbon Room. It's on June 15th, which is my 30th birthday. So it's not just a special taping of the podcast. It's also
Happy
a birthday party.
birthday.
Thank you.
So fun.
So you
If you want to be unfiltered, which we know you love to be, Lala is your girl.
Yes.
She is. I want James Kennedy now too. I'm kind of like, I need James to come to this as well. So I think I'm going to work on that next. But yeah, you guys can get tickets at nofilterlive.com. We have a few tickets left that that are still available. So snag them before they're gone, because we've already sold out of our VIP packages twice. So I suggest you get on them.
Oh my God, Zach, your fans go so hard. I'm so excited for this show. You know, I'm not on your coast, but I will be listening.
I will also be listening. I'll be sadly in Georgia at a wedding. Where else my butt would be in the audience for
Oh,
sure.
100%.
Wait, Zach, before we let you go, to also plug the podcast and where people can find you to get all your expertise, knowledge on all things reality TV.
All the tea. Yes, I have a podcast. It's called #NoFilter with Zach Peter. It's available on all podcast platforms and available to watch on my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account where I do reels and I do recaps. So that's at @NoFilter with Zach. You can follow me all over the place. Lots of tea spilled. The podcast is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I do live streams on YouTube on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it's a full week of content.